It's week 2 of the National Football League, and we've got a much-anticipated rematch of last year's NFC title game. It's the Eagles and the reigning Super Bowl champs, and it's kicking off next on Madden NFL 25.
Thank you to Trey Mosley for the introduction. We are indeed excited to welcome you to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico with Greg Olson, week 2 of the season. Greg, as you get the season going, you want to get that first game under your belt. Now, it almost feels like all the build-up is past. Now we're looking ahead to this long marathon of a regular season.
Absolutely, and this is really where you fall into the pace of the NFL season. All off-season, no matter how hard you try to say, all right, week 1 is just 1 of 17. That's not the case. It is different, Mike. You have all...
We are ready, and so is Brandon Aubrey to kick this one off. And off we go from spectacular AT&T Stadium. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. So that Cowboy offense takes the field, ready to go to work for the first time. And taking the snaps, a quarterback now in his 3rd year in the league.
Some games, the quarterback can just go out there and just take what the defense gives them. They don't have to necessarily create a lot of opportunities for their teammates to go out and perform, and they can still come away with the win. I think today, though, he's going to be asked to carry a little bit more of a load, make some more plays happen, be a little bit more assertive. If he does that, this team's just going to continue to get better and better, and it's going to be a tough matchup.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. That one finds Chase. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. They'll try to get the running game going. His first carry. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up 3rd down. From the 50, he'll set up to throw. He's got a receiver. It's Chase. And he's going to be taken down right at the 25-yard line.
Now, Mike, I really like this game plan, right? The strategy on 3rd and short so often is, okay, just get enough for the 1st down. If you decide to air it out, everything short, get a fresh set of downs. They're saying the defense is going to pack it in close. They're protecting the sticks. So let's just throw it over their head and try to go for a big play.
They'll motion the tight end, Smith. Now they'll set up to throw. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. Here's 2nd and 2. Here's a first carry for their running back. And the Cowboys are going to have a 1st and goal. He's able to take it inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. That is caught. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone. Back to throw. He's got his big tight end. Touchdown, Dallas. His first touchdown of the new campaign. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Dicker, good with the extra point. The Cowboys will take a 7-0 lead. After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. He fields it at the 8. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. So the Philadelphia offense set to take over for the first time. And leading them out, their quarterback. It's Jalen Hurts.
When you take a quick look at the box score, you'd think, okay, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. They clearly won the game, but it wasn't the case. And what that tells me is they're just not getting enough contribution from the entire team. He had a really nice day. Some things that he still needs to clean up, but can they get better balance on the offensive side of the ball? And then, frankly, they need to make more plays on defense and get more contribution out of the special teams. This can't just be a team that puts all the pressure on the quarterback position and says, hey, go out every week and just win us the game by yourself.
Now Jalen Hurts on second down. And that one just kept getting worse and worse until finally they bring him down. Now following that sack, we have a player who was injured. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. 3rd and long for Hurts. His first throw of the game is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Javon Holland.
This is an area of the offense, Mike, that's going to have to find its rhythm now as this game unfolds. They talked all week, come out early, get some completions, settle down this quarterback. Well, in return, he throws an early pick. It's too early to go away from the game plan. There's a lot of game left, but this passing game is going to have to get on track throughout the rest of this game.
The Cowboys offense ready to possess the football for the second time. They've got the lead, and they'll set forth trying to build on it. They're going to do that with excellent field position. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Take a look here at those receiving numbers from his game a week ago. Here's a 2nd and 6. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. He'll try and get there on the ground. What a run. He brings it to the red zone, taken down inside the 20-yard line.
You know this defense worked all week defending this quarterback as a scrambler, as a runner. But sometimes it's just hard to simulate until you see him in real life. His speed, his ability to create. We saw him get him here early on a big scramble. He's able to pick up the first down and keep the drive alive.
It's been a busy first quarter for him so far. His 3rd catch goes for a first down. They'll look to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can feel them starting to press a little bit, especially with this passing game. They find themselves so close to the end zone, they got to get it over the goal line. You got to be a little bit more accurate. You got to be a little bit smarter with the ball. And right now, the timing, the spacing, it's just not matching up.
He was trying to get it to Jamar Chase. And it'll be 4th and goal coming up. So instead of going for the first down, in comes the field goal unit. Bit of a surprise here. Dicker's kick is good. And the Cowboys will extend to a 10-0 lead.
You know, I think it's safe to say here, Mike, as this offense leaves the field, they wanted to stay out there and go for it. But I think in this case, the coach is playing the long game. He understands that these 3 points now can end up being very valuable as this game moves along.
Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. On play action, here's Hurts. Quick throw here is complete. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They face 2nd down and 7. They'll turn and hand this one off. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? The motion man here is Wilson. On 3rd down, here's Hurts. Quick throw, taken in. And he's going to get awfully close to the 1st down marker, but appears just to be a few inches short. Here comes the Eagles punt team. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The Cowboys offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They've got the 10-0 advantage here early. And we'll see if they can add to it. Beginning on this drive, 1st and 10. Here's 2nd and 6. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. Here's a 3rd down and 4. He'll drop to throw. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
The most important stat, Mike, to determine wins and losses in the NFL is clearly turnover differential, your ability to protect the ball and on defense, take the ball away. And for any offense, that's even more critical when you have the ball on your side of the field.
And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. Here comes the Philly offense now as they make their way back onto the field. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. Nice gain here. He's going to be marked down at the 35-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. On play action, Hurts. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the 1st down. They don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump?
Defense. Automatic 1st down.
Here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. He's going to keep it himself.
Well, we've seen time and time again just how dangerous this quarterback can be, Mike, when he decides to tuck it and take off. So that is a great job defensively to rally to the football and hold him to just a short game.
Got a man downfield. It's Wilson. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big game.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. That one, oh, it's on target, but it goes as an incompletion. Looked like he had that one in his grasp, but unable to hold on, and it will be second down. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. Got a man coming across the field. He's got it. He's taken down just shy of the 10.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick, as that ball is coming out. Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
To throw on second down is Hurts. Good blocking, and he's in. Jalen Hurts. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
Makes the score Cowboys 10, Eagles 7.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. This taken at the 5. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So now here are the Cowboys. Their offense ready to make their way back onto the field. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. He's going to let it go deep for Chase.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it. Continue to pressure this defense and make them...
And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst-case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
On comes the punter now, as he's on to punt for the 2nd straight drive. And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. The Eagles offense ready to see what they can do. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Quick throw out wide. It's caught. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it. but he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield and pick up the first down.
On first down, it's Hurts. Pressure gets there, and down he goes.
Once the quarterback leaves the pocket, the hope is that it buys him a little time to allow second reaction from his receivers downfield. What he's not accounting for is the speed of a lot of these defensive ends in the league, Mike. He closed that distance a lot faster than I think the quarterback anticipated, and he comes away with a sack.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. From the shotgun, it's a give up the middle. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6. It sets up 3rd down. The motion man here is Wilson. The play clock down to 0. And this, not the best of sequences.
Still 3rd down.
The task now, a really tough one. 3rd and very long. Throwing is Hurts. He'll try to run for it.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the 1st down.
And how about that play on special teams? Perfectly done. It checks up right at the 1-yard line. The Cowboys offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll need to get something positive going right away here. Ball starts inside their own 1-yard line. And the defense thinking they have the safety here, but the spot is just outside the goal line. Good play, but no 2 points. They'll stick with him again. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start.
Encroachment, defense. Automatic 1st down.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. Fires left sideline. That is complete. And they're going to move this all the way up near the 35-yard line.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
They'll send a tight end in motion right. On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
At the 39-yard line.
Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play in the first half of a 3-point game. Greg and I back to Arlington at AT&T Stadium after this. They'll motion the tight end Smith. Now on 3rd and 2, they'll try and throw for it. And he'll be taken down, but good enough to keep this drive going. It's a first down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job.
A throw left side, going to be intercepted. And the Eagles are going to take over at their own 41-yard line.
I know it doesn't seem like a ton of yards on top of that pick, but that was really well done. I mean, it's just going to make life so much easier now as the offense takes the field, trying to capitalize off of that turnover.
The Eagles offense ready to take over once more. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. The motion man here is Wilson. Open man downfield is Smith. And he is out of bounds all the way down at the 35-yard line.
24-yard gain on the play. First down, Eagles.
The motion man here is Wilson. On first down, it's Hurts. Now he takes off.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
Play action. Here's Hurts. Thrown left side. The catch is made. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9. Now Hurts. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes. A second down throw for Hurts. He's hit as he threw. It goes to the ground, and it's an incomplete pass. 3rd and long. Hurts to throw. That's caught over the middle. It's Wilson. And he'll get a good chunk of that yardage back, but he's still well short of the first down. Aubrey's kick is good. And the Eagles will level the score at 10 apiece.
And that's really well done here, Mike. I mean, everything's in rhythm. A good snap, a good hold, and a good kick ties this game.
This one taken at the 7. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Cowboys offense going to get it one last time here late in the opening half. They'll see if they can go about breaking our tie. We're all even at 10 as this drive begins. 1st and 10. They'll motion the tight end, Smith. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. That's a timeout for Dallas. It's their second. Clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. They'll motion the tight end, Smith. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down. They'll motion a tight end right. They'll throw here on 3rd and short yardage. Ho-ho! And he will slide to a halt, but he does have the first down. So we reach halftime in what was a very compelling first half of play. As we'll head over to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He has the EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll get started up at Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati, where it was the Bengals who were able to pick up the victory at home. The Bengals using that home crowd to get the victory there after the loss on opening weekend. From there, we head up to Wisconsin to check out the Packers at home in Lambeau. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. Gabe Davis up over 100 yards receiving with 3 touchdown catches. Finally, we finish at MetLife Stadium to see what's going on with the Jets. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting Jacksonville Jaguars. Caleb Williams, couple of touchdown passes as his guys win their second straight to start the year. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
Coach, thank you. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of the second half. This taken in at the 8-yard line. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Now the return man is a bit slow getting up after that kick. The training staff going to look and will step out for a moment. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Off the play fake. Hurts. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass you say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up second down. Hurts. Oh, in trouble. Down he goes.
I'll tell you what, if the offensive linemen had the same level of fight and effort that the quarterback did, they wouldn't be in this situation. It's a shame because that individual effort went a long way towards extending that play, and it still ended up resulting in a sack.
Taking off, he'll try to get there.
Sometimes it's just a case of taking what the defense gives you. And here's one of those examples. There's nowhere for him to go with the ball. For a minute, it looked like he was going to be able to pick up this first down with his legs. The defense rallies, brings him down short of the first down marker, sets up fourth down.
Here comes the Eagles punt team. Now fair catch called, and he's going to take it out beyond the 25-yard line. The home team's offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. A low-scoring game, all tied, third quarter, and a touchdown here could go a long way. See if they can get it on this drive. First and 10. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. He'll look to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. That is hard. And they will bring this into the red zone. Big connection inside the 20.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
So they move inside the 20. First and 10 at the 18. Out of the gun, here's a run up the gut. And the Cowboys are going to have a first and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
What a great run down here inside the red zone, Mike. It's so important that you still can run the ball. Great job here by the back. I thought for a minute he was going to score. He gets it all the way down inside the 1, and
He slams it in there, and he is in. Touchdown, Cowboys.
That just feels like a big drive, doesn't it, Mike? Here in the second half, you got a tie ball game. Now you're able to get out in front, Let's see how this other team responds, having to play from behind.
We got a ton of time, Greg, but a little momentum feel. Come out of the locker room, take the lead. Now it's up to the other team to climb uphill. So great way, perfect way to get this second half started. After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. He fields it at the 8. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Eagles offense back onto the field for their next possession. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
A handoff as they try to run it here. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
This will be returned from the other side of midfield. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The home team's offense and their big play wide out getting set for their next possession. And you see the numbers for him into this 3rd quarter. They just pop off the screen. He has been open and electric throughout. Going left side down the field, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice first down pickup.
And he will carry his offense to the red zone. Inside the 20-yard line, a pickup of 9. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Now a handoff, running right. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, nothing more. Here's 3rd down and a few inches. They'll motion the tight end, Smith. They'll throw here on 3rd and short. And it looks like he's going to have a first down. Nothing fancy there. Short completion, but it yields a fresh set of downs. Here's a handoff out of the gun. Fighting off tacklers, pushing his way forward. Good gain of about 4. They'll motion the tight end, Smith. Now they'll set up to throw. Open man is Smith. He's got him. And he will power his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Dallas. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. 2 guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. Now return coming from the 7. Oh, he's got room past the 30. They finally get him down, but he gets all the way up close to the 40-yard line. The Eagles offense about ready to take over once more. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
Hurts to the air on 1st down. Catch made right side by Wilson.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but 1st down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
Now a give on the ground, and they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
Finding yourself down here multiple scores in the 2nd half, the defense is going to give you some friendly run looks. So don't be afraid to mix it in there. But if you're going to find yourself coming back from this deficit, you're going to have to do it primarily through the air with just a little bit of mix of the run.
He's got his man on the in route. Yes, take it in over the middle.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
And the big guys up front in the offensive line just continue to not be on the same page. And we've seen it time and time again here today. This pass rush remains one step ahead of them, and it's the quarterback who continues to pay the price.
Here's a shot toward the end zone.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. Eddie has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. Right away, they'll set up to throw. He keeps it himself.
That play had sack written all over it. So that's a great job by the quarterback, not only escaping the initial pressure, even though he doesn't gain a whole lot, he's able to pick up some positive yards for what looked like a disaster in the start.
This one caught by Chase. And he's going to be marked down up around the 33. 1st and 10.
That's good for a Cowboys 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. So it'll be 1st and 10. They'll scrimmage at the 33. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Quick throw here is complete. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Back to throw. And that is incomplete.
When you get the ball in this situation, what you're looking to do is not only end the drive with a touchdown to put the game away, but you'd love to chew up some clock. So with that incomplete pass now likely putting an end to this series, that's a big opportunity for them to try to close this game out.
Now a fair catch, and it's going to be a long field. They'll take over right about their own 13. The visitors' offense ready for this next possession. This will begin at their own 13-yard line. So work to do starting with this 1st and 10. The motion man here is Wilson. Quick throw, taken in. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. The motion man here is Wilson. Thrown into a sea of bodies, but it's complete. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. 3rd and a yard. Trying to pick this one up on the ground. And I don't know, I think he is short. They are. They're going to mark him short. And that's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, this has been the story of the entire game, Mike, is just how well this defense has played, particularly against the run. There has been nowhere to operate for this offense, and it continued here on this last play.
And now here comes the punt team, as he's on for the 5th time this afternoon. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. Now, following the punt return, we have an injured player on the field. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Drive will start on the ground. Not much there. Maybe a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. They'll look to throw. A pass complete there to Smith. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 4.
On 3rd down, they'll throw from the gun. They get 10 yards on the hook up there. 1st down, Cowboys.
That might end up being the backbreaker right now. This defense desperately needed to get off the field and give their offense a chance to cut into this 2-score lead. But instead, they now got to defend a fresh set of downs. And as you look up at this clock, they might be running out of time.
They'll motion the tight end, Smith. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
When you can bring cornerbacks on pressure, man, that changes everything for the defensive play caller. Offenses spend all week worrying about linebackers, defensive linemen. How are they going to protect the quarterback? But when you can time up a secondary pressure like this, man, oftentimes there's no answer for it. So often sacks, especially on 1st down, can be drive killers. But their ability here to take this from 2nd and long to 3rd and short, they've got a really good opportunity here, Mike. If they don't get it on 3rd, don't be surprised if they go for it on 4th.
And he will have a Cowboys 1st down. They're able to convert, albeit not by much, but they get it on 3rd and a yard. He'll drop to throw. Throwing over the middle, this one is complete. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4.
At the Eagles' 30-yard line.
Up the middle they go. He'll try to get back to the line, but he's not happening. Gonna lose a yard. They've converted 2 3rd downs already on this drive. And here's 3rd and 4. Throwing now from the gun. Off-balance throw. It's complete. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on third down. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. He'll try again. It's 2nd and 10.
At the 24-yard line.
They'll throw out of the gun. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. So after 2 straight incompletions, here's 3rd and 10. Here comes the blitz as he looks to a hit, and he has lost the football. That'll be picked up by the Eagles. Well, the ball comes out, and the scramble for it, it ends up becoming a turnover, and the offense walks off the field disappointed with that fumble.
Mike, when you look at a stat sheet at the end of the game and you want to determine which team wins and which team loses, at the top of the list is ball security. Which team does a better job protecting it, and which team does a better job taking it away.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. 3rd down and 9. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. And that is incomplete. Javon Holland, tight coverage, and he's able to break that one up.
Can't exactly put my finger on it, but it just seems like this entire game, like this passing game and this quarterback specifically, they've just been off. And whether it's missing these big shots downfield like he did there, or just simple underneath layups, there's just something about him today that doesn't look right. And I think it's a big part of the reason they find themselves trailing here in the 4th quarter.
Hurts again. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. Hurts will try it again. Catch made there. That's Smith. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9. To the air again. Hurts. He'll go right back to Smith. They hook up again. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. They've got all 3 timeouts left, but need to score quick. It's 1st and 10. That is Musgrave, the man in motion. They'll drop to throw. His throw on 1st down is going to be incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense, because think, like, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away. For the most part, he's been very accurate accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on downs. The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he has had all sorts of trouble in this one. Your quarterback has to take care of the ball, and he has not. Turning it over in the air, turning it over as a fumbler. You just cannot win football games in this league when the quarterback's giving the defense the ball. And that's what he's done in this one. Receiver in motion, going right. Using the jet sweep for the fake, they run it up the middle. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. They'll send him over to the left. They fake the jet sweep and give it up the middle. Here's a timeout for Philadelphia. That is their 2nd. And they'll take it with just over 90 seconds left on the clock. On 3rd down, they'll try to get it on the ground. Now the Eagles will use the last of their timeouts. They'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. So, from the 36, it is 1st and 10. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. So it's a win for the Cowboys. They get the